You know, I can't believe what you just said.
I mean it, Peter.
Joe Perkins killed your brother, and now you want to see him?
Joe was a big part of my life, and I think he still is.
Kelly, he killed your brother!
I know that. No, I don't know.
What are you talking about?
Joe spent 5 years in prison. And even if he is guilty, he paid his debts to society.
Even if?
Under the law, he's a free man.
Kelly, you saw Joe over your brother with a gun in his hand. I heard your testimony.
I know what I saw, and I know what I did. I'm just having some doubts.
This is going to kill your father.
Look, I'm going to tell him. But in the meantime, I don't want you or Mason or anybody else to do anything that might cause Joe's parole to be revoked. I don't want him set up.
Who said anything about setting him up?
Well, you're all so desperate to see him locked up again. Joe is trying to start a new life. I think we all need to have respect.
Have you been seeing Joe? Did he put you up to this, Kelly?
No! I did this all on my own. I can't discuss this with you.
Hey, wait a second. Why is it that now all of a sudden I feel like the bad guy in this whole thing?
You're not the bad guy.
Kelly, what's gotten into you?
I've just finally discovered how I'm feeling.
Maybe this will bring about a lot of new things.
Like what?
Maybe this is a reawakening. Maybe your feelings for Joe are going to burst forth any minute.
I doubt that, Peter.
Maybe you want to call off our engagement.
No, but since I feel this way, maybe you'd like to.
Mr. Capwell has put in a bid for $4 million. Is there another bid?
$4 million? Is he crazy?
Hush.
That's too much for $1 million. It's just too much.
Augusta, contain yourself.
Even the Capwells can't afford to throw money around like that.
Excuse me. Is there another bid? Mr. Lockridge has put in a bid for $5.5 million.
Oh! Lionel.
Yes. Is this a Yucky Dunes motel? Could you tell me exactly where you're located, please? Yeah, I see. I need directions from Santa Barbara. Okay. Yeah? Right. Okay. Gotcha. Thanks a lot.
Can I help you, sir?
Yes, do you have any vacancies?
That's about all we do have these days. Nobody seems to come by anymore.
No, I'd like to see the register.
Yeah, sure. Sign right here.
No, this isn't it. This isn't the register.
Well, that's what I use right now.
Well, I'd like to see the old one, going back 25 years.
Why? What in the world for?
I have my reasons.
Oh, I see. Well, I would be very happy to help you out, except that I got to think about where it is, and then I just got to go look for it, and all it takes a lot of time, you know what I mean? And like they say, time is money. Well, that should take care of part of the problem. That's where I think, you know. But then I still got to go and look for it. It's not easy to do that, you know. Ah, yeah, of course. Great. Well, here we go.
I'm interested in 1960.
1960. $1960. Very good year. Very, very good year.
Is she all right?
She's just hyperventilating. Breathe in deeply, deeply. That's right. That's right. You doing all right?
I'm fine. Perfect. Do you want some more water? No, I assure you I'm really fine. It's just the ventilation in here that leaves a little to be desired. It's all right.
Then, shall we Continue. Mr. Capwell has offered a bid of $7.5 million. Mr. Lockridge has offered a bid of $10 million.
Would anybody mind if I take my wife out for a little air?
Of course not.
Mason. Messenger dropped this off for you.
You have a cassette player, don't you?
Yes, Mason, I do.
Do you think I could be alone for a minute?
Yes, I think we could all use some air.
Yes, of course.
No, I don't want to call off our engagement.
The way you sounded, I didn't know.
Kelly, I'm totally committed to us. I've never loved anyone as much as I love you. But you're asking a lot of me to allow Joe Perkins back into your life.
This is for me, Peter.
How can this be good for us? Joe Perkins is the guy you were engaged to. The man you used to love.
Look, don't be afraid of the competition.
Is that what it is?
Look, this has to do with me, not with you. I'm not doing anything to make you upset on purpose. I'm doing this for myself. I'm learning to think and feel on my own now. I'm finding out who I really am.
I spent the past 5 years helping you find out who you really are.
No, that wasn't me. I became a reflection of you and Dad.
Kelly, we love each other. Do you still want to marry me?
Yes, well, we just have a lot to work out.
Such as?
You need to trust me, Peter, whether I see Joe or not.
How many times do I have to tell you? I do trust you. I don't trust Joe Perkins.
Well, I trust him now. And I know he would never do anything to hurt me. And I also know he still cares for me. And I still care for him, too.
Those words sound like you still love him.
Yes, he was the man I loved once. But he was always a friend, too.
A friend? He took you to bed, Kelly.
Oh, stop it. Peter, I still feel like he has a place in my life.
I don't know what to say.
Peter, I'm starting out fresh. I feel alive now.
Yeah.
I don't want to pick up with Joe where I left off 5 years ago. I want to start living in the present. I trust you, Peter. And I trust that if you care for me like you say you do, you'll understand how I feel and what I'm saying.
I guess Joe must feel pretty good about all this.
I didn't mention anything to him, Peter. You're the only person I've discussed this with.
Supposed to feel terrific about that, I guess, huh? Whoopee.
I'm sorry I've hurt you. If you could only understand what I'm going through.
Let's change the subject, will you? Where were you?
I was staying with a friend in Bel Air. She came up to Santa Barbara for a few days with her child. Anyway, I've promised them both I would help them move into Daddy's hotel. Peter, don't worry.
Yeah, I'm fine. Mason Capwell, please. He's not available. All right. Yeah, I'll call him back. Thanks.
You know, you were absolutely right. I have never seen Santa Barbara look that way.
Well, I'm always right.
And it was so beautiful from the air. You know, I have never seen the ocean look so incredibly blue.
Well, I ordered that especially for today.
And all those red tile rooftops. Oh, gosh. It looked like the entire city was red, white, and blue.
Well, while you were admiring the scenery, I was admiring the company.
Thank you. You know, Cece, you have done so many things. I envy that.
Well, doing them alone since my wife passed away has really been half the fun.
I can understand that.
You said you were never at the Hearst Castle.
No, never.
Well, now, there was a man, Mr. Hearst. He had everything, but it meant nothing to him without the love of a woman.
How romantic.
Oh, he was very romantic.
You knew him, didn't you?
My father and William Randolph Hearst were very close. Originally, they became acquainted in business. Then later, my father bought some property just below the Hearst Ranch, and they became neighbors. They were a wonderful family.
Were they?
Yes. I'd like to take you there.
Well, I'd love to go.
That place holds precious memories for me, and I'd like to share them with you.
I think that sounds very nice.
Santana, I'm very grateful to you for not asking me more about the child.
I have to go on with my life, Cece. It's all behind me now.
Can you stay and visit for a while?
No, really, I can't. I gotta get back. Can I get you anything?
No, not right now. Thank you, Kelly. How about you? Can I get you something? How about a sucker?
Jerry!
You are going to spoil him rotten.
What's wrong with that?
Right now, there's nothing wrong with that, no.
You wanna go get your bear?
How do you explain death to a 5-year-old?
How do you explain it to anyone?
You're right.
How's he doing?
Oh, he's all right. Sometimes he's sad, and he asks me where his father is. So I just explain it to him all over again.
I know how he feels. Channing died when I was young. Sometimes right afterward, I'd forget and I'd just push it out of my mind. Then something would happen, and I couldn't wait to tell Channing. And all of a sudden, I'd remember.
Kelly, you've been so wonderful to us. Maybe it's because you know what it's like.
There's my guy. Who's a terrific kid?
I am.
Ah, very good. You doing okay, too?
Yeah. We're so glad you talked us into coming to Santa Barbara. We really needed to get away.
Of course you guys did.
I didn't realize how much. So many memories at home.
Well, I hope you'll be comfortable here. You deserve it. Don't you?
What was in the envelope?
A note and a tape.
Are you blackmailing Mason?
Just relax, Augusta.
I deserve an answer.
You're not doing too well today. Just cool it.
I just want to know what you have on him. What was the note?
It was a suggestion that there would be very serious consequences if he makes a higher bid.
What consequences?
I'm not at liberty to tell.
What was the tape? What was that?
It wasn't a Chopin waltz.
I deduced that. What was it?
It was, in essence, our only hope.
This is very strange, Lionel.
Augusta, that bid was the last bid that I can make. I can't liquidate any more Lockridge assets in time. That would take weeks, and we have minutes. As well as the fact that I can't liquidate a thing without Mother finding out, and that can't happen.
Minx would die if she knew how close we were.
I am fully aware of what Mother would feel.
It's her crown jewels. 50 acres of the most beautiful coastline on the Pacific.
I am also fully aware of what we have to gain and what we have to lose.
All Mason Capwell has to do is write a slightly higher number on a small piece of paper, and you've lost it all.
Mason Capwell has a very good reason not to make a higher bid.
The tape?
Precisely, my dear Watson. I think he knows what he's up against.
I sincerely hope you're right, Lionel.
Well, he is a very powerful man.
But power is ugly when it's wielded to hide a personality problem. Hitler was powerful, so was Ivan the Terrible. Hardly admirable men.
Mason, you're not comparing C.C. Capwell to those men.
Oh, he's always wanted to be in the history books. I've often thought privately that it would be amusing if one day historians argued over who was worse, C.C. Capwell or Attila the Hun.
Mason, are you ready to continue? Mason? I was wondering whether I should bring the Lockridges back in. Are you ready to continue?
Yeah. Bring him in.
Hey, you got anything to drink around here?
There's a vending machine outside.
Like a cup of coffee.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll be right back. It's cream and sugar?
Black. Joe!
To restate the position taken before our adjournment, the last bid was made by Mr. Lockridge, and the amount was $10 million. Mr. Capwell? Mr. Capwell has placed a bid of $10,500,000.
Mr. Capwell has the property.
Well, congratulations. You got what you wanted.
Thank you. I guess I did.
I'll have all the other papers for you as soon as Cazzoni Foundation signs over the deed.
Thank you. I'd appreciate it if you would keep this as quiet as possible. Let anybody else involved know that the property is to be a birthday present for my father, and absolutely nothing should be said about it.
I understand. It's going to be quite a birthday.
Oh, it's going to be one hell of a birthday, believe me.
I'm sure your father will find you a loving son.
Yeah, I hope he will.
Good day.
Oh, goodbye.
Well, you should be a very happy man.
Yeah, I should be. And I would be, except for one thing. What do you know about this?
Nothing.
Oh, I think you do.
Well, it's a tape. What about it?
Didn't you think I'd be just a little bit upset when I found out that you came into the presidential suite the other night with a concealed tape recorder?
Concealed tape recorder?
Didn't you think that would bother me just a little bit?
I didn't, Mason.
Tell me, are you working for yourself or did Lionel hire you?
Hire me?
How much did this little sting pay you? You must have enjoyed the way I trusted you, how much you were getting out of me.
Just a minute.
You're such a professional at it, too.
Look, wait a minute, Mason. I don't know what's on that tape. I don't know who made it, but I know one thing. It wasn't me. This is the first I've heard about it.
Expect me to believe that?
Yes, I do, because it's the truth. I mean, just think about it for a minute. What would I have to gain? It would have been a completely stupid thing for me to do. You would have known it was me, and then you would have fired me immediately. Look, it had to be somebody that you wouldn't suspect. Somebody that had something at stake.
The only people who had something at stake were Lionel and Augusta. And I don't think they could have managed it unless they'd had help. Help from somebody who was in that room with me.
Which they didn't.
All right, suppose you weren't involved in any way. That would mean Lionel or Augusta would have had to have the room bugged somehow. Now, I don't think Augusta's up to that. No, it sounds more like Lionel's idea. But how did he do it?
I wouldn't know.
How could he possibly do it? I've got to know. I want to know every detail. Every bellboy that was bribed, every piece of equipment that was used, every single person who had access to that room.
Where are you going?
We are going to the Capwell Hotel together. Now.
Hey, where's the other guy?
What other guy?
The guy who ordered this coffee.
I didn't see anybody. You got any vacant rooms?
This is my lucky day, isn't it? Yeah, we got vacant rooms, all right. You know, somebody must be drawing up a new map and putting me on it. Now, listen, you want a room facing the hill or facing the road?
You mind if I take a look at your register?
Register?
Yeah, that's right. Don't you have a register?
Yeah. I got one, but I didn't know it was a bestseller.
What does that mean?
Well, it means somebody else was in here just a couple minutes ago before you, and they were really interested. I mean, really interested. You know, my father, God bless him, and between him and me, we've had this place open for 50 years. And not once has anybody asked about the register. And now it seems like our register is on some sightseeing tour.
No, wait a minute. Somebody was just in here and they wanted to look at your register?
Yeah, I got this cup of coffee for him. I mean, by the time I got back, you know, you were here and he was gone, and he paid very good money to see it. Very good money.
What'd this guy look like?
What's going on here?
Look, what did the guy look like? The guy that was looking at the register.
Probably I didn't even know. How bad?
I need to know this bad.
Well, I think this can jog up my memory a little bit. Let's see. The guy was about 5 feet 10 tops. He had a wiry body, grizzly beard.
Dominic.
And he comes in here and he wants to see the register for the last 25 years, okay? So he looks over the register for a long, long time, and all of a sudden jumps up and he says, I want a cup of coffee, and I go out there and I get him a cup of coffee. By the time I come back, you're here, and he pulled a disappearing act.
Look, let me take a look at the register.
What?
I want to look at the register that guy was looking at. I need to see it.
Well, the other guy let his wallet do his talking.
I don't have any more money. Let me see the register.
Now, that's a tough situation that you're in. You You know that? That's really tough. But I can't go around handing out my register to any surfer or cowboy.
Did you hear what I've said? I don't have any more money. Now let me see the register now. It's important.
Something's going on. I know something's going on. I just gotta feel it.
What we have to do is figure out where somebody like Lionel would try to hide a microphone. To try to get inside his head, that isn't going to be easy. Books would be a good place if there were any books here. If I know Lionel, he'd try to hide it in a copy of All the President's Men. No. I'll just give a cursory examination at first. If it's not in an obvious place, I'll have my men take the room apart. There it is. Vicious little thing. My, what modern technology can't do. I'm sorry. Obviously, you didn't have a tape recorder stashed on you.
Obviously.
Look, Veronica, the recording was so clear. What else was I supposed to think?
What else were you supposed to think? Anything else. Just about anything else would have been just fine.
I was very upset.
Well, it's contagious.
Look, Veronica, please accept my apologies.
I don't need this. Look, there are plenty of jobs out there for somebody with my skills.
You know, I want to tell you, I had a wonderful time today. It was very special to me. Thank you. You know, you've shown me your set, Barbara. Someday I'd like to have the opportunity to show you mine. It won't be quite as elaborate as yours, but it'll be filled with a lot of love and laughter of families.
I would like that very much.
By the way, do you know we haven't eaten today? You know what? I think, what if I fixed you an omelet? And you could sit down, relax.
Well, that sounds very tempting.
I can have it ready in 5 minutes.
That is a super offer. And I'm going to ask for a rain check. Oh, I'd better go.
Il y a une page qui manque. Vous avez entendu? Il y a...
There's a page missing in your register.
I heard you.
Well, where is it?
I don't know.
You must know.
Look, kid, I don't exactly study those registers, you know? That's over 25 years old. How do I know when the page was torn out, huh?
Maybe recently. Maybe by that guy that was just in here.
I didn't see him tear that page out.
You didn't see him leave either.
No, I didn't. And who cares?
Listen, mister. I want some answers. I need to know exactly who has that missing page and exactly what's on it.
I told you what I know. Want me to tell lies? I'll tell lies. Want me to make up stories? Okay, I'll make up stories.
I don't want you to make up anything. I just want you to tell me everything you know.
I told you everything I know, which is exactly nothing.
En tant que sous-directeur général des hôtels Capouette...
Is this your idea of special hospitality? You having all the rooms bugged now, Peter?
Listen, I don't know how I got in there.
Well, I think you should make it your job to know. You're the man in charge.
I'm not the man in charge of bugging the presidential suite.
No, but you're in charge of everything else, everyone who comes and goes in here. Somebody had to have the key. Something very sloppy is going on here.
But look, I'll have all the rooms checked and make sure there's not any more.
That's a good place to start.
By the time you're finished, I want to know exactly who was responsible for this.
You will. I can't imagine how it got in here.
I can't either. Not in a well-run hotel.
Look, Mason, there's something a lot more important that I've been looking for you to talk to you about. Joe Perkins.
What about him?
Well, things have gone from bad to worse since he was paroled.
That's not news.
We can't just stand by and let him destroy this family any more than he already has. I want his parole revoked.
So does everyone else.
Well, we got to take some action. I mean, so far, everything that we've tried to do has been totally ineffective. He's even managed to see Kelly. I want to put him back in prison and make him stay there.
Well, we could have done that when you and he had that fight. You should have turned him in then instead of letting Kelly talk you out of it.
All right, I made a mistake. Now, let's just not make any more.
You know, Peter, if you really want to do what's best, you could have another fight with him.
Another fight?
Mm-hmm. That's the best route I could think of. You could set it up, press charges, he'd be back in jail in a matter of minutes.
What about witnesses?
No, you wouldn't necessarily need a witness. It would be helpful if you could get him to attack you with something.
Such as?
Well, I don't know. Crowbar, tennis racket, doesn't really matter. Anything as long as it could be called a weapon in the courtroom. The worse it looks, the more likely he is to go back to prison, and the longer he'll stay once he gets there.
Well, maybe you're on the right track.
I'd like to issue a little warning, though.
What's that?
If you're gonna try to set him up, if you're gonna try to provoke him, be very careful. Make sure you do it right. If I were doing it, I wouldn't have any witnesses. One witness to testify that you set Joe up. You'd be ruined. Not only with the law, but with Kelly and the family as well. One thing you've got to learn soon, Peter. Capwells don't tolerate sloppy work.
Hi.
Hi. I was hoping I could bother you for a drink.
Sure. Some scotch, okay?
Scotch is fine. No ice, neat. I wasn't sure I was going to find you home.
Well, here I am.
Yeah. I know you had a hot date this afternoon. Somebody whose initials could be CC.
What?
Cruz Castillo, perhaps?
As a matter of fact, you're wrong.
As a matter of fact, I doubt it. Scold.
Well, you can believe whatever you want.
It's been quite a day. Quite a day.
Good?
Good and bad. Just about everything that could happen did. Just about everything.
For example?
Well, for example, I may have just made one of the real estate deals of the decade. I have purchased some precious coastline property that my father has wanted for years. Didn't come easy either. I had to do a lot of research, had to set it up, make a lot of inquiries. This time I have topped everything and everybody.
Well, then why don't you sound happy?
Why don't I sound happy? Because I blew it.
You blew it.
That's right. It seems that there has always been a balance in my life. Everything that went well for me was always sabotaged by something that went bad. And this time, since I went all out, no holds barred, to do something really good, well, you guessed it. The bad thing is coming in, all out, no holds barred. Am I making any sense at all?
No, not really. What happened?
You wouldn't be interested.
Sure I would. Tell me.
It's just that I was indiscreet, I guess. I was in a place where I felt pretty comfortable talking to someone, and I said some things.
What kind of things?
Just some of my more negative feelings about being C.C. Capwell's son, some of my frustrations. Wasn't all or even most of what I feel, but it was enough. And somehow I don't know how yet. It got recorded.
What?
Oh, yes.
You mean that somebody was recording your conversation and you didn't know about it?
Well, blackmail doesn't usually work if you warn the person in advance.
That's terrible.
Well, it's not very nice, is it? I've been told that the tape is going to be played for my father on his birthday.
Can't you stop it?
Somebody wants him to hear it badly enough, he'll hear it.
Mason.
He'll be livid. Family loyalty is revered by the Capwells above all else. Well, anyway, I could use a little company tonight, and I was hoping I could take you out to dinner.
Oh, Mason, I'm sorry. I really have to get some work done. I just can't.
Can't talk you into it.
I tell you what I could do. I could fix you a snack or something. How about an omelet?
Ah, sounds terrific.
Okay, just give me 5 minutes. I'm going to change.
Fine, I need to make a phone call. Is that all right?
Sure. Fine, be my guest.
Yeah, it's Mason. How's it going? Have you kept an eye on Castillo? And? I see. Yeah. What? He was helicoptered out to the rig this morning. He's been there all day? Alone? You sure of that? I see. Yeah, thanks.
Cheese or herb?
What?
Your omelet.
Herb.
Well, herb it is. Something wrong?
I just realized something.
What's that?
You have a secret lover.
What?
You have a secret lover, Santana. And I want to know who it is.
Hey! Good to have you home. Oh. Hello, Princess.
Hi, Daddy.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You look beautiful.
Thank you. Where's Mason?
He's out, but I don't know where.
Is he coming back soon?
I suppose so. Why?
Look, don't you have something to tell us? I mean, I got the impression you had some kind of news.
Yes, I do.
Well, let's have it.
Well, I was hoping Mason could be here. I was hoping we could all be here.
Look, you can tell Mason when he comes home.
Yeah, I know. It's just that,
What?
well, I wanted to tell you all at once. Because I'm not sure you're going to like this.
Thank you. This could kill Mace. I'm just glad that it'll take a while for her to find out. At least it won't become public knowledge until C.C. Capwell's birthday.
Nix could go right over the edge on this one. You've pushed her up there before, but this one could put her right over. That land was everything to the family.
I've been at Lockridge a lot longer than you have. All my life I have heard how valuable that property is. I thought I had him.
Who?
Mason. I planned it all so carefully. I thought I'd really discovered his weakness, that he wanted to be a daddy's boy. I thought I had him.
Oh, you got him all right. You definitely got him. What you didn't get was the coastline.
I will have you know, Augusta, just as a point of information, that for once, this situation is not my fault.
Oh, really? Whose is it then?
It's my father.
Oh, your father's.
My father was the one who forgot to dot the I's on that damn deed.
Oh, stop it! Stop blaming everyone else. Mason beat you. He humiliated you.
Thank you. Thank you, Augusta, for this support in this moment of difficulty.
Don't you look to me for support. Don't. It's me and the children who are going to suffer, not you. You'll be off in Wooloo-Mooloo, gathering artifacts. And spending what's left of our pathetically diminished holdings.
I think I've had enough of this.
Well, why didn't you think of that before you bungled away our land? Why didn't you think of that when you were off in Jakarta, letting our financial holdings go completely unchaperoned month after month? You've let everyone down. Your mother, your wife, your children, and yourself. Because you can't turn this one around.
Augusta, be quiet!
Oh, there he is.
Here I am.
Hi, Mason.
Kelly's been waiting for you. We all have.
Oh?
Yeah, Kelly's got something on her mind, and she wouldn't tell us until you got here.
So what's up?
All right, I guess now's as good a time as any.
Well, you have our undivided attention.
It's about Joe. I know what's been going on, and I want it all to stop. I want you and the police to lay off. And I know you want to see his parole revoked. But, Daddy, that's not fair. He's served his time. He's not causing any trouble. And I want all of you to stop making trouble for him.
Where does this newfound concern for Joe Perkins stem from?
I just did some reevaluating.
I'll say you did.
Like, he was a very important person in my life, and I just cut him off like he was nothing. It was the wrong thing to do. I want to see him again.
What? Kelly! I mean, Joe Perkins was convicted of killing Channing.
He served his time.
Well, that's not the point, Kelly. We're talking about our flesh and blood.
I know that. Don't you think I've done a lot of thinking about this?
I don't know. I can't tell what you've been thinking about.
Everything, Mason. I just want to do what I feel is right. I'm trying to find out the truth. Isn't that what you want me to do? Isn't it? Isn't it, Daddy?
Just exactly what do you think the truth is?
I can't tell anymore.
You don't believe that Joe is innocent of killing Channing?
All I know is that I used to be positive that he killed Channing. But now...
What?
Now I'm not sure. Now I don't know. He very well may not have done it.